Carlos Correa, the $200 million face of the Minnesota Twins, has just been traded back to the Houston Astros. The biggest name on the Twins roster is headed home, waiving his no-trade clause to rejoin the team where it all began. And if you're a Twins fan, this might sting a little, but by the end of this video, you'll understand why this move might just be the best thing that's happened to the Twins in years. Let's break down how we got here, what it means for the future of the franchise, and why Minnesota's next great shortstop might already be waiting in the wings. Let's be blunt. The 2025 season has been a mess for the Minnesota Twins. After stumbling through a brutal first half, key injuries, a disappearing offense, and a fall from playoff contention, the writing was on the wall. The Minnesota Twins were sellers. At $36 million per year and declining on both sides of the ball, Carlos Correa had quietly become a luxury the Twins could no longer afford, not with looming ownership changes and shrinking TV revenue. His bat hasn't lived up to the contract. His glove and range at shortstop, which at one time were elite, have begun to show cracks. In 2025, Correa has posted the worst fielding percentage of his career, and he's committed more errors than in any season since his Astros days. The foot and ankle injuries, they haven't gone away. Plantar fasciitis in both feet over the last 2 seasons. The burst is fading, and the first step isn't what it used to be. That said, Correa still brings leadership. He's a proven winner and one of the best postseason hitters in baseball history. But for a Twins team entering a soft rebuild, the timeline just doesn't match. For the Twins, this was the moment to move. And for the Astros, with Jeremy Pena out, Isaac Paredes injured for the remainder of the 2025 season, and a window to compete still wide open in the American League, Houston had every reason to bring their guy home. Correa had told friends that the only team he'd waive his no-trade for was Houston. The deal was sitting there. The Twins just had to act. Now here's the part that should fire up Twins fans. Carlos Correa's departure is not the end of an era. It's the beginning of something special on the horizon. Enter Brooks Lee, Kalen Culpepper, and Merrick Houston. A new wave of shortstops ready to define the next decade of Twins baseball. Brooks Lee is already here. He's clutch, he's smooth, and he's made himself a cornerstone. With 3 walk-off hits already this season, and steady defense at short, second, and third, he's proving he belongs on the main roster. Then there's Kalen Culpepper, last year's first-round pick. He's already in AA and rising fast. Scouts questioned whether he could stay at shortstop, but he's answered those questions by outperforming all expectations. He has a 300, 400, 500 slash line, an improving glove with a plus arm, and his strikeout rate, just 16%, already below average. His throws from deep in the hole, major league ready. He's got leadership and polish, and he's already turning into one of the most complete shortstop prospects in the league. And just when you thought the Twins were done loading up the middle infield, they drafted Merrick Houston with the 16th pick this summer. From Wake Forest, Houston was the most pure shortstop in the 2025 draft. A plus runner, elite defender, and a breakout hitter with a 1.055 OPS, 15 homers, and 25 steals. Merrick Houston is projected to stick at shortstop, no debate. Combined with other infielders like Royce Lewis, Luke Keeschall, Kyle DeBarge, and Brandon Winokur, the Twins are quietly building one of the most exciting young cores in baseball. Add in top prospects Walker Jenkins and Emmanuel Rodriguez in the outfield, and you've got a full-blown youth movement a year or so away. For Minnesota, this is a changing of the guard. The Twins didn't just trade away Correa, they cleared the runway. Now let's take a moment to appreciate what Carlos Correa did bring to Minnesota. When Correa chose the Twins, not once but twice, it was a thunderbolt moment. A small market team landing a superstar shortstop in his prime. It energized the fan base. It gave Minnesota legitimacy. 2023 didn't go as planned, but in the 2023 playoffs, Correa delivered. A postseason monster, sparking the Twins' first series win in over 2 decades. 2024, he was an all-star before injuries cut his season short. Still, when he was on the field, you knew it. Correa gave Twins fans big moments, swagger, and a sense that yes, maybe stars do want to play in Minnesota. That chapter ends now, but here's the payoff. By moving Correa, they've cleared space for the next generation, and they've done it while Correa's name still holds weight. Was it a blockbuster return? Maybe not. But this deal was never about prospects. It was about flexibility. It was about clarity. It was about handing the keys to the next wave of Brooks Lee, Kalen Culpepper, and Merrick Houston. The Twins finally get off the biggest contract in franchise history. They avoid a future where CORREA's declining play becomes an albatross, and they make room for players with upside, hunger, and long-term staying power. So what happens now? Carlos Correa is headed home to Houston to chase another ring, and in Minnesota, sometimes moving on is the boldest move you can make. And for the Twins, this move might just set them up for something bigger than we've seen in a long time. This is not the end, it's only the beginning. A new core is about to take shape in Minnesota. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit the like button, and let us know in the comments, what's your take on the Correa trade? Do you think the Twins made the right move? Will this move work out for the Astros? Whatever side of the fence you're on, sound off in the comments. And there you have it, you've made it to the end of this episode, and we really appreciate that. Hit the like button down below, then take just 1 second of your time and make sure down below that you are subscribed to this channel. We ask that you do, because that guarantees that we definitely get to see you back here next time. Thanks for watching.